Hello everyone. So in this video we'll discuss physical significance of divergence and solenoidal vector. Also physical significance of curl and irrotational vector. So let's start with physical significance of divergence and what type of vectors are known as solenoidal vector. So first, what is divergence? If simply we want to know what is the meaning of divergence, divergence means which is diverting, which is scattering. So that is what the meaning is here also. So if some fluid flow is there, we always talk about incompressible fluid because that property, that fluid should be uniform. If itself in the fluid itself there is some property like friction or if compression is there, then that will also affect. So we always, like whenever we perform any practical, we always take the ideal condition, then only we can talk about other properties. Otherwise all properties becomes relevant and that will not be applicable as it is. So here we talk about incompressible fluid. So if any fluid is flowing, then at this point, suppose this is diverging means scattering, diverting. So at any per unit volume, at this place, if we see that how many flux is coming out or how much fluid is coming out, that fluid only is defined as divergence. How much is diverting? Now so that is the physical significance of divergence. We want to know that how much fluid is coming out at any time at per unit volume. So whatever the value of divergence is, that represents the fluid originating or coming out per unit volume. Okay. Now if suppose that we have sent some fluid is flowing this much, and this keeps on going. At the surface we want to know that how much fluid is coming. So for this type of fluid, whatever fluid is going is coming out as it is. So is it diverging? Whatever has entered, the same is going like this. So is it diverging? It is not diverging. So at this point, if I want to know what is the value of divergence, what it will be? How much fluid is coming out? It is 0. So at this point, this is 0. So when such type of shape, what type of shape it is? If you remember in physics you have done, this type of shape is called solenoid. This is solenoid. So if fluid is flowing and there is no divergence on the surface of that shape, then we say that divergence is 0. And when this divergence is 0 possible, when this shape is like that. That is why such type of vector function we call it solenoidal vector. Okay, we relate it with this shape and we make it solenoidal vector. So what is divergence? Simply diverting or diverging, diverting or scattering. If there is no divergence, that becomes 0, and that we relate with this and we call it, this is the shape that it is going parallelly, there is no divergence, so we call it solenoidal vector. So let's summarize it. I hope you have understood it. So I'll just write the definition of solenoidal vector and then we'll do curl. So let's write the definition. If divergence of any vector function A is 0, then it is known as solenoidal vector. So that we have already discussed. So mathematically how we can represent what is divergence of any function? That is del dot A. So if it is 0, then such type of vector function is called solenoidal vector. Okay. Now let's do the significance definition of irrotational vector. Next is physical significance of curl and irrotational vector. So how we define curl? Curl of any function, curl of A. Curl of A is defined as del cross A. Divergence is defined as del dot A. So curl of A is defined as this. Now what is the meaning of curl? If we talk about curl, what is the first thing comes to your mind? That is in daily what we use? Curly hair. Curly hair means which are turning. So curl means turn. Curl represents turn at any point. So if that turn is 0, Turn means rotation. So if turn is 0, rotation is 0, what we call that? Irrotational. So if curl becomes 0, that is known as irrotational vector. So what is the definition of irrotational vector? If curl of A is null vector. Now why I am writing here null vector? Because curl of any vector is again a vector function. So we don't call it 0. Even if you write 0 or we write it like that, but vector function we don't call that 0. We make it null vector. So if curl of any A is null vector, then A is known as irrotational vector. Then A is called irrotational vector. Okay. So mathematically irrotational vector will be, so if del cross A is a null vector, then A is irrotational. So this is the simplest one. I hope it's very easy to remember that if curl becomes 0, that means rotation becomes 0, turn becomes 0. That is why such vectors are known as irrotational vector. Remember in divergence we just wrote if divergence of A is 0, because divergence of any vector function is a scalar value. So there if we write 0, that is correct, but here we should write null vector. Okay, so this is the symbol for null vector. Now if here we have one more property, that if A is irrotational, then A can always be represented as gradient of some scalar function. If A is irrotational, then there exists a scalar function for this A, such that A can be written as grade phi. So this phi is known as scalar potential of A. So that depends on what type of function it is. For every irrotational function, there always exists one scalar potential. So where phi is called or known as scalar potential or equipotential or conservative field for A. Okay, equipotential or conservative field, any one of these all are the names for this phi. So if A is irrotational, then this can always be expressed as gradient of some scalar function. This scalar function is called scalar potential of A. Remember this is true for irrotational vector function only. Not for every A you can find out this. You can find that for irrotational functions. Okay. So now we'll solve some questions for this and let's see if you will understand it better. So let's say first example, prove that the given vector A is a solenoidal vector. So what is the condition for solenoidal vector? If del dot A is 0, then A is solenoidal. So what we have to show, that divergence of this vector function is 0. So let's find out the value. What is del dot A? Del dot A is I cap dou by dou x plus j cap dou by dou y plus k cap dou by dou z. Dot function is y z minus 2x square I cap x y square minus z square j cap and plus 2xy z minus xy k cap. Or what you can write? You can directly write the formula dou a1 by dou x plus dou a2 by dou y plus dou A3 by dou Z. What is A1, A2, A3? A1, A2, A3 are the components of the given function. So you can skip this step, or if you have written now this is equal to dou by dou x. So if we do this dot product, this is equal to dou by dou x of y z minus 2 x square y. I have written that in expansion form. Multiplied this value xy square minus x z square plus dou by dou z of 2xyz minus 2x square y square. Now let's find out what is the value. So partial derivative with respect to x, this is 0, this is minus 4xy plus this is 2xy and this is 0 since there is no y, plus differentiation of this becomes 2xy and then later it is 0. So minus 4xy plus 4xy, this is equal to 0. This implies that A is solenoidal. Okay. So this is very simple to prove. Now let's take an example for irrotational vector. So in next example, we have to prove that this vector A, given vector, is irrotational. So what is the condition for irrotational? So if A is irrotational, then curl of A must be a null vector. So if we will find out curl of the function, if that becomes null vector, then we can conclude that the given vector is irrotational. So curl of A is defined as in determinant form I, J, K, dou by dou x, dou by dou y and dou by dou z. Now write down the components of A, sin y plus z. See, this is sin y separate plus z. This is not y plus z with sine. And similarly x cos y minus z. And last one is x minus y. So now expand the determinant. I cap dou by dou y of this minus dou by dou z of x cos y minus z minus j cap dou by dou x of this x minus y minus dou by dou z of this function sin y plus z plus k cap dou by dou x of this x cos y minus z minus dou by dou y of sin y plus z. So simplify these values. So we get I cap dou by dou y of this is minus 1, dou by dou z of minus 1 minus j cap dou by dou x of that is 1 minus dou by dou z of that is again 1 plus k cap dou by dou x of this function. So x is differentiated, here we get cos y. This is 0. Now differentiation of sin y is cos y and the differentiation of this with respect to y is 0. So now you can see minus 1 plus 1, that is 0, 0 I cap, 0 j cap and 0 k cap, that is null vector. So we have proved that curl of A is a null vector, therefore you can write A is an irrotational vector. So I hope this is clear how to prove, which is how to find out whether the given function is solenoidal vector or whether the given function is irrotational vector. Now in next video we will learn how to find scalar potential for any irrotational function. Okay.